Man, it was a big mistake for me and my.
I feel like every time I hear about Cheesecake Factory, no one ever talks about the cheesecake.
No way, the cheesecake's the best part. The food is whack.
It's more about the factory.
You know what? Just because nachos are big, it really doesn't mean they're good. Remember that Evo nachos? Were you guys there? I paid like $20 for these nachos at Evo. It must have been the biggest tray of dry chips I've ever gotten in my life. There was no cheese on the nachos. You should go straight to hell if you called chips with no cheese nachos.
Yeah, you can call them nachos.
It's the minimum ingredient requirement, chips and cheese.
Dude, what do you think about fried chips? Like, I think nachos should have fried chips.
Fried
Like,
chips?
All chips are fried.
No, but I'm saying, like, there's like oil on your nacho chips because they're like just fried. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
my
just
food's here. Shut the fuck up.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
maybe you order something. What's that Japanese place with takeout food?
Oh, I got all kinds of
That shit
echoes.
goes-
Okay. I got it sorted out. Oh, they both left? Jesus Christ, leaving me alone? Alright, what's up, Internet? It's what is today? Thursday? It's Thursday. You're watching ATP Live. My name's Eris. This is a little weird. So downstairs, what's that?
No, everything froze for me. It's weird. My bad.
Everyone left right when the show started, and I was like, anyway, don't worry about it. Downstairs, you can see Ricky's he's house sitting for his dog's girlfriend or something, and he ordered food, and I guess he ran off to, that's his food. I don't know what he got, but he ordered food. Celebration. So he ordered food. We'll find out what it is.
His hands were nowhere near the ceiling.
Hey, what did you order? They just have really tall furniture there. Anyway, what did you order?
What the hell did I get? Cornbread, pork ribs, Chicago wings, mashed potatoes, and macaroni and cheese.
Damn.
Japanese as hell.
That sounds hella good. All right, I'll play along. So, where was I? I was saying something about, it's Thursday. I'm joined by Rip and Ricksta. What's up, boys? I hope you guys are doing all right.
What up?
So, we're going to definitely try to keep Ricky away from his food as long as possible here. What are the topics we're talking about today? The big beta test. So, everyone's so excited, right? I was excited too. Street Fighter V. This is kind of like a first-time thing. They're beta testing a fighting game as big as Street Fighter before it comes out. PlayStation exclusive beta test. You pre-order the game. I know I did. I did it from Amazon. Immediately they sent me the code. I was very happy about that. I know a lot of people were butthurt about codes, but I got it. I even bought a Hori Real Arcade Pro Kai for PS4 so I could use an arcade stick. And then it starts. It began. It was like crazy because the first moment was last week when the podcast was on. And because of that being on, like a shitload of people ended up watching the podcast because everyone was so disappointed that the fucking beta didn't even work. So it took forever for people to even get on the beta, right? All three of us got to play it eventually, but it seemed like it was the biggest debacle. Everyone on Twitter was like changing their avatar to the any button shit. Everyone had any button jokes. It was like the internet joke of the week and shit. So, overall, how was your experiences with the beta? We'll just go around the room. Go ahead, Rip. How was your experience?
Mine was pretty good, to be honest. Like, I seem to have gotten in more than anyone. Like, I think I was actually one of the first people who got in after Thursday, that Friday morning, because I was randomly streaming other shit. And, like, they had delayed the beta maintenance period and stuff, but I ended up getting in quite a bit, basically. And so I had a good time with it, but, it did take me, like, 15 minutes at a time to get on or something.
Yeah. The matchmaking was super shitty. I mean, we'll get to what we think about the game and stuff, but as far as the beta goes, for you, it was a home run?
It wasn't a home run. I mean, if I just gotten on, hit the button and gotten in, that would have been a home run, right? But it wasn't as terrible as everyone else's experience was. I feel like I was watching Alex Valle the second day, and he was like pissed, right? And then like I was watching for like 5 minutes. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go try. I went and tried and then like I was trying for like 5 minutes, boom, got in, and then I was like, okay, cool. I go back to the stream, his stream is gone, and then I got kicked out. I was like, oh, lame. And so I'm just sitting there talking to my chat for like another 10 minutes, and boom, I get back in again, and he comes in my chat with like a sad face. I was like, yeah, that sucked for him, you know, like he didn't get in at all that day, I don't think. So I don't know. I think I just got lucky.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like, you know, the funny thing is, I wasn't able to stream the first moment when it was available. Like, people were like, oh, it's working now, Eris, go try. But I couldn't stream. I was doing stuff. You know, I was upgrading my graphics card and whatever. I had a busy day, right? So, I tried it, and I was thinking, like, wow, this is working really well. It's just too bad they couldn't get it to work the whole time. What about you, Ricky? I mean, how did it go for you? You got to play too, right?
Yeah, I feel like I was better off like than most people. Like I remember I was watching Infiltration, and I felt bad because I was streaming at the same time playing, and then Infiltration's like any button.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did I get in before him? You know, it's kind of fucked up, but you know, them's the breaks. But the only issue I really had with it, well, actually, it was a ton of issues, but the matchmaking took forever, you know, which sucked. And like, there was times where you got it, like, you get them, you know, back to back to back, and then the other times where you're just in training mode for an hour. Like, I'm done playing Birdie, but I don't want to go to character select screen because I'm afraid I'm gonna get booted. So it's like you're a prisoner. You're stuck in there until something happens.
That's funny.
But the only thing, the positive is I figured out how to work my turbo button on my joystick. So I was turning on turbo.
Yeah, that was the ultimate strat in the end, right? You just hit the turbo button and hold that shit down on the any button, and you're good to go.
What? On my Hori stick, you don't even have to hold it down. You can make it auto. So
me too,
auto.
Exactly, me too.
I took a nap, and then when I wake up, I see Ryubi kicking in the practice mode, and I'm like, oh, sick, man.
You know what happened to me? I think once the word got out on the turbo button strat, a lot of people started doing that, and then I would get matched up with people that had turbo buttons going on and shit. So it was pretty funny. Or a lot of AFKs, too, because they didn't want to leave. You know, like, they wanted to just leave it open since I'm already in. But, you know, I don't know. A lot of people were really bent out of shape about the game. A lot of people were really talking a lot of shit. I mean, on the one hand, you know, it's kind of like, isn't this the whole point? I mean, let's face it. How many video games come out on launch day and this is actually the same problem? The game is out. It's launched. People paid for it already and they can't play it. That happens all the time. So hopefully this is like they're ironing this bullshit out so that it doesn't happen when it launches, you know? So as far as I'm concerned, when a beta test happens, I kind of expect there to be problems. And, you know, it was the case. However, I mean, if you're going to look at Street Fighter V for what it's worth, right? I was really, really impressed with the game. I think the game feels so much better than Street Fighter 4. Obviously, you guys know I'm a big fan of Street Fighter 4. I commentate it all the time, but I don't really like playing it. I don't think it feels good. I've never thought it feels good, sorry. The backdashing, you know, jumping up off the ground, everything feels really muddy in Street Fighter 4, especially when you compare it to Street Fighter 3. And we've talked about it many times. I suspect that that's in an attempt to make offline local play feel like online play. So I understand, and it's obviously a huge success. Street Fighter 4 is huge. Everyone loves it. But when I play Street Fighter 5, it doesn't feel necessarily like Street Fighter 4 to me. I don't know if you guys agree, but it feels a little bit different. It feels familiar, but different enough to not make me think, oh, it's more Street Fighter 4. You know, what do you guys think about that observation? What do you think, Ricky?
It's definitely different, especially because the character I played the most was Chun-Li, and they took definitely, you know, there's a lot of third strike because she has her crouching medium kick is third strike, that same animation, you know, but they gave her like Street Fighter Cross Tekken shit, like her lightning legs isn't, you know, mash on kick anymore.
Yeah,
it's quarter circle forward kick.
Oh, I didn't know it's a fireball.
Yeah, it's a fireball.
Wow.
So it's like they kind of just chose the, you know, like parts from every game, and it's like it felt nice, you know, it just felt new, right? Definitely did not feel anything like Street Fighter 4 in my opinion. So
yeah, totally. There are some things you know, that are really odd, like the way links feel. They're still in the game, they're still links, and you can't P-link anymore to make them easier, but yet somehow they're just easier. I've heard people saying that there are no more one-frame links, and now they're all 2 frames or some weird shit like that. That sounds totally made up if you ask me, but there is definitely something there that's making links, like, for example, Ryu's forward fierce, crouching fierce. That's like a hard link in Street Fighter 4, but it's very doable in Street Fighter 5. You know, and there are things like chain combos that seem to be a big factor. Like, Ryu can do back roundhouse, and then he can link in the target combo, which is a strong, fierce roundhouse. And, you know, things like that just seem new, right? On top of that, Ryu in general, right? That character is very basic, very standard, fireballs and uppercuts, crouching forward, you know, the usual, right? But the character seems so different to me, right? Because the Hurricane doesn't cross up, crouching forward has no range. In general, his footsies are kind of weak, and just he has this new activation thing that has this interesting fireball charging mechanic, and it just does not feel like Street Fighter 4 Ryu at all to me, other than the fireballs and uppercuts. So I don't know. What are your thoughts, Rip? I mean, how are you feeling about it compared to Street Fighter 4?
I mean, I've played Street Fighter 5 a bit now, so I'm kind of used to it feeling like Street Fighter 5. And in comparison to Street Fighter 4, I mean, at first I thought it felt slower, but you know, overall, I think it's got its own pace. To me, it's really familiar to 4, and I don't really feel like it feels more like 3 or anything. You know,
no, I don't think so either.
Yeah, so I mean, it's similar. It's closer to 4 than the other Street Fighters in my eyes, at least so far. But you know, the whole new V system, all of them, you know, it just gives the game a whole new spin, and using the stun gauge is going to be really interesting, because a lot of times I found myself now, like I'll land my combo so I can knock down the opponent, and I'll be like, and usually before I'd go into like a zoning kind of thing, but nowadays I'm like, okay, wait, I should do something to stun them actually, because I can see their stun meter now, you know. Yeah. So I think stun's gonna be a bigger part of the game, and I think that's really interesting as well. So you know, I'm
You're just a noob, though. I mean, that's because you saying that you can see the stun now and it makes you want to go for stun is like, well, then that means he doesn't know how to count stun.
I understand that, but I think that going for stun in this game is going to be more important.
Could be. Yeah, that could be definitely true, but I mean, you know.
I mean, the fact that it's more visual for someone like Rip to see, then it's like, then it's obviously it's gonna be.
It's doing its job. It's doing its job.
It's
the Rip meter.
New players don't even know what stun is or where it is.
Dude.
So yeah,
well, I mean, like, you know, dude, come on. Like when you play Street Fighter 4, you know, like, okay, he's getting close to stun, but now you're like, this is it. You know, it's like, it's right there.
That's just because you're a noob, though. I'm telling you. I'm not even saying I can count stun perfectly, but I'm saying if you're a real Street Fighter 4 player, it's not even that dope of a skill. Like, you could watch any old jobber McGillicuddy commentator, and they'll call the stun. Like, on the hit. If any scrub-ass commentator from the streets, anyone, some street lord could call it, then I think all you have to do is be a solid Street Fighter player to call stun, you know? So that's just, I may be wrong, but that's what I've observed based on the way people can call stun when it's about to happen, you know? So sure, it's a good mechanic. I think it's doing its job by getting you to say that, you know? So I don't think you're wrong. I just think that it's probably something that just is kind of Street Fighter 4-ifying Street Fighter 5, right? The stun is there. It's already in Street Fighter 4, and you can count it, but this is kind of making it so you don't have to count the stun. It's just right there in front of you. And like I said, it's doing its job right. I mean, you know, you're mentioning that it's there now and you like it. So, yeah, overall, I think that's for sure. The stun idea is there. The V-ism or V-trigger or whatever thing is pretty cool. I like that. I like that it's different for each character. That's clearly like a trend right now. If you look at any game across the board, that's how the games are being developed. Maybe it's Injustice's influence. I don't know what the game that started the trend was, but a lot of these games, Killer Bitch Stink, a lot of these games come out and they have really, really independent character mechanics, you know? So, I don't know. It seems like a new trend. As far as the game's appearance, I mean, it's really a lot better than... I don't know how to put it. Everyone always says, like, it looks so much better in person than when you watch it on stream and shit. But, dude, Birdie looks so fucking cool. I mean, everything looks so cool. The game just looks cool. The load screen where you could just see Cammy's face, I think just looking at the game is really, at least for the time being during the honeymoon phase, it's really like awe. I'm like in awe the whole time. I can't believe how dope it looks. And I think that that's a big problem when it comes to streams, because you can't see. Once it's released and everyone knows what it looks like, it's going to be a different story. But right now, it's really not fair to the game. The game looks so nice. You know, I mean,
I'm surprised they kept the 2P Chun-Li boob smacking her in the face part in the fucking loading set. That was
basically
pretty
the
funny.
E3 build. I mean, right now. So that's what this first beta was.
You know,
that's just funny,
on the topic of you know, shooting down airplanes with Chun-Li boobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say it wasn't a bug, right? I mean, let's say
Only
that,
2P?
No. What if it's collusion? What if it's intentionally made to be only on 2P so they could say it's a bug, which would let them get away with it, and it would cause all this buzz, right? Collusion, right? Potentially, if I was making a game, I would accidentally put a bug like that in there, wouldn't you? Whoops.
You get the DOA crowd, I guess.
And then they'll just fix it before it comes out. It's a beta test, player. Don't, you know, it happens, you know. Anyway, point being, I think that the game looks great, and I'm also very hopeful in that it will be a lot more fun to play than Street Fighter 4. I like Street Fighter 4 to play for, you know, shits and giggles, but I like the direction they're going in. The game looks cool. The characters look a little bit less cartoony, a little bit more mature. I like the way everything, you know, boils down in the pace of the fights. As you said, it kind of feels like its own pace. And I kind of like that. You know, it's not necessarily faster or slower than 4. So far, so good. I'm not as butthurt as everybody else about the beta test, because it's kind of like it's doing what it's supposed to. It's ironing out all the fuck-ups before the whole spotlight is on it. So
I'd be butthurt if I never got in.
Did anyone not get in at all?
I'm sure there were people. You had to be consistent, right? And like if you're just busy and you're just like, okay, I have 2 hours to kill, maybe I'll try playing Street Fighter, you know, the beta, you know, I got these 2 hours to play, and you're just stuck there playing that, and you waste your time 2 hours on that, I'd be pissed.
That's true.
Freaking Damon Wayans, right? He tried to get in.
He tweeted about that. Damon Wayans is
he's from In Living Color, dude.
The guy from In Living Color tweeted about the beta test not working?
He said some shit like Street Fighter 5, this beta is definitely not working, or something like that, you know?
Wait, was Damon Wayans? No, that was Marlon, right?
Damon Wayans was Blank Man. You know, back in the day, he was Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown. Wow, washed up.
The Damon Brothers.
Washed up big time.
The Damon Brothers?
The Damon Brothers?
No, it wasn't Damon Wayans, and it was Marlon.
No, dude, Damon Wayans Jr. tweeted it.
Damn, listen, there's a junior
Major
too.
Pain?
There's like 20 of them. How the fuck are we supposed to know which one it is?
I don't even know any of them. Okay.
Major Pain was a good movie though.
Major Pain?
You don't remember that movie?
He was a bald army dude.
Who gives a shit? What? I don't know. Anyway, look. Bottom line, I'm pretty pleased with the way the game's coming along. Right? Maybe Damon Wayans, maybe the other Damon brothers are not happy with it, but for now, I'm happy with the way the game's coming along. You know, I heard Char was telling me some people are mad butthurt because they like invited all their friends over and bought 2 PS4 sticks just for this event, and the whole time they're pressing the any button. So I don't know. I mean, I can understand how some people are butthurt, but let's face it, internet, this shit's a beta test, dude. Quit being a bitch. You know, I don't know. It's cool. Whatever. They're going to have another one. I guess the big news is that at first they were like, oh, shit. We don't know what we're doing. We'll push it back. Don't worry. But eventually they were like, man, we really don't know what we're doing. Cancel the whole thing indefinitely. It's going to be postponed, indefinitely. So do we know what the final word is on the beta? Because it got cut early, right?
Right, but they said that they're going to replace it. So there's still going to be 3 betas. So there was supposed to be 3 total. This one's not going to even count. So there's still going to be 3.
Okay, so this was a beta of the beta, you know?
The alpha.
This was the alpha beta, you know? So why not? I'm down with that. They're you know, it's cool. They care about the fans, obviously. You know, Capcom Cup is a big deal, and just Street Fighter 5 in general is a big deal. So I think everyone will get plenty of opportunity to play. One thing I do have to say before we move on from Street Fighter 5 is when we did get matches, when you guys got matches, how did you feel about the netcode? Because for me, I thought that when it was good, it was super good. And when it was bad, it wasn't that bad. What do you guys think? Go ahead, Rip.
I had some USA matches and they were pretty good, right? But then I also had a bunch of international matches. Like I think I played Spain and New Zealand and Japan, and those matches were fucking terrible. But the New Zealand one was surprisingly okay for considering the distance. Like I played Tekken Tag 2 on, from here to Australia, whatever, which is roughly it's close to the distance, whatever, right? And it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
And Tag 2 is pretty good netcode in my opinion. So for Street Fighter 5 to have like decentish netcode for that far, that's pretty good at this stage of the game. They can still make that better. So I don't know how Street Fighter 4 was on that kind of a connection distance, but it seems like it's going in the right direction already.
Yeah. Your thoughts, Ricky?
I only played against Americans except for one match, which was, I believe, it was someone UK-ish, and there's you could easily tell that it was laggy, but it wasn't to the point where it was like, this fucking sucks, unplayable. Like, I still felt like I had a decent match with them. So because really, only thing I remember is that it lagged in the beginning, and I don't remember how the match played out in the end, which is a good thing, I guess, because that means it didn't bother me enough for it to leave a mark.
Yeah.
So I felt like it's okay.
One thing I have to say that's like, okay, let's face it. There have been a lot of games that have come out, and we've talked about those games before they were out and after they were out on this podcast, right? For Mortal Kombat 10, when we were talking about that game before it was out, I would have bet my fucking beard that that game would have shitty netcode. And lo and behold, it came out shitty netcode. On the other hand, I almost want to say I would bet my beard that this game is going to have great netcode. I mean, right? It just feels that way. It feels like they really care about that. It's going to be their primary, like, they really want this to be an important part of the game. It's clear, right? And not only is it clear, but it's also clear that it's clear. They want people to know that it's clear to us that netcode is extremely important. Something that NRS never did. Not only did they not say anything about the netcode, they didn't even talk about the netcode until some weird motherfucker went up to Ed Boon, put a fucking mic in his mouth and said, "What about the netcode?" And you know what Ed Boon said? "Oh yeah, it's going to be better than last time." And it was definitely not better than last time. So I have to give them a huge 4 thumbs up Goro for not only caring about the netcode before the game is out, but showing everyone that we really care about the netcode, because it's what everyone wants to hear. Everyone is wondering, how's the netcode? Sure, a story mode is cool for fucking 5 hours or whatever it is, 3 hours. But once that 5 hours is gone and you flush that shit down the toilet, now we need countless hours of online quality matches. And they are at least acting like they're going to bring us that. And I really appreciate it as a consumer of fighting games. It lets me sleep at night getting excited about this game, as opposed to getting excited but having nightmares about what's going to happen when it comes out, So, I don't know. I don't know if you guys share that sentiment. Internet, I don't know if you share that sentiment, but that's how I feel about Street Fighter 5. Like, I could sleep easy knowing that the netcode will be good, which is great. That's what we need. So anyway, any other closing statements when it comes to Street Fighter 5 in general? Nothing going on?
Well, no, I mean, I like the direction they're taking it with the system, like the V trigger and the V skill thing. It makes every character feel like very interesting. Like how are people going to use this V trigger and how are they going to use the V skill and whatnot. Like, I don't know. Like I found how I thought they're all going to be like activate this mode and now this mode's gonna last for however long. But then I fucked around with Nash and his was just a teleport. It's like, wow, that's
big
totally
difference. Yeah, totally.
So
I agree with you.
I like the way it's going.
That's the same with Ryu. If you think about it, he has like a totally different mechanic than everyone else. He has a parry. It's like, I like that each character is independent, and I think that, like I said, it's a trend. I think it's a trend, and it's a good idea, not a bad idea. So yeah, I'm excited overall. There's no news on when the quote unquote first beta is gonna be, but they are gonna have another 3 betas out. And you can also currently play the game, right, at Six Flags?
Yeah.
So Six Flags, that shit's available there. So yeah, Street Fighter 5. It's like a steamroller. You can't stop it. It's just gonna crush everything. So.
Hey, did any of you guys run into that no chip death scenario?
No.
Oh yeah, I did.
I didn't.
What did you think about that?
I guess I didn't play enough. Go ahead, Ricky.
No, because so Rip was telling me about this, right? So if you're blocking anything specials and you have I think only supers will chip you,
Right.
but anything else will never do chip damage. So I was in the corner, chilling. All right, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna die here. Ryu's on the other, Ryu's like right in my face. Whatever. What's he gonna do, right? Like he backs up, activates his V trigger, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then he charges up the Denjin, throws it at me. It guard breaks, and then he just walks up and throws me or
What do you
whatever.
mean it guard breaks?
If you charge it up all the way and
Yeah.
shoot it while you're blocking, it guard breaks.
I didn't know that. That's
Yep.
awesome.
You get a free sweep at least.
I wonder if you're able to use that in a way where it's like guaranteed Okazumi.
Probably. But there's like 2 different types of wake ups too, so you gotta guess.
Right. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's basically what we're getting at. It's really cool. It's really cool how each character is going to be independent, and the game looks great. Mm-hmm.
That was the other thing too. I don't think there was like, I fucked around with it. I don't think there's any hard knockdown.
There are. There
are
are
a few, very few though. Like I think the majority of it, like especially in Street Fighter, like throws in this game don't hard knockdown anymore.
Don't
Sweeps
scissor
hard
kicks?
knockdown.
Bison scissors are a hard knockdown, I think.
Yeah, there's some moves, but not like it's not
Common. Yeah.
It doesn't feel universal. Like it feels like anything that is universally like every character has a throw, every character has a sweep. These things used to hard knockdown, now they don't. So
yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. And also, there's a lot of things that we've talked about in the past, like the cross-up little indicator on screen. And lots of things that are just like, all right, I like that. We're going in a direction here. This is cool. I like these new implementations. So I don't think anyone in the chat room is not excited about Street Fighter V. If you're not excited about it, you just don't want to be. You don't want to like Street Fighter, and that's cool. You don't want to like that? Don't like it. But, it's pretty exciting right now to see what that game's going to be about. But anyway, moving on. Another alpha, I think it is, that everyone's talking about right now. Right now, the buzz all over the place is fucking Rising Thunder. I keep wanting to call it Rise of the Robots because it reminds me of that old fighting game, Rise of the Robots. But it's got robots, and it's got the word Rise in it, at least a form of the word. And it is basically a easy execution, free-to-play, online fighting game that's 2.5D, as in it has, 3D models and on a 2D plane. Mm-hmm. And all I know about it thus far is that the alpha started, and a lot of people are trying to get in, and they're slowly letting more and more people in. I finally got some codes. And, when I talked to Seth about it, I was asking him, hey, can I use an arcade stick? Because, you guys know me. I think a keyboard and mouse is designed for working, not playing. And you can tell with all these fucking words and numbers and division signs all over it, right? So for me, I want to use an arcade stick or even, maybe a pad or something like that. So I inquired about that, and he said that at the moment, the only arcade sticks you can use are Xbox 360 arcade sticks. So if you have a 360 stick, you can use it. The alpha is out now. Have any of you guys played it? I haven't played it yet. Ricksta, anybody?
I tried it just like an hour ago. I finally got a code today, and I went through like 5 sticks because I didn't know about the 360 thing. And finally, my 360 stick works. Every other one did not.
Yeah. No thoughts? No thoughts on the game?
Well, I didn't really go into it much, but I've seen some of the cancels. I was watching Sage and Steve streaming for a little bit, and the dash cancels and the jump cancels seem interesting. It's like you said, very easy execution. There's like a button. The first character, the default one that it starts you off with, is the one I tried, and he has like a button for an uppercut. He's got a button for a dash. So, and then he's got his standard, light, medium, heavy, and there's links just like Street Fighter has, and then there's an invincible backdash. There's timers for your special moves. That was kind of
like
different
cooldown, right?
Right. So
Cooldown.
Since it's a one button execution for the specials, they've limited it by having each one have a cooldown that you have to
very cool, yeah,
pay attention to, right? So that's about the extent that I've went with it so far.
Yeah, I've been watching people play it. That cooldown idea is pretty interesting. The commands for the moves are just single button or single direction plus a button, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I'm thinking maybe a pad might be the best choice for that game.
The issue with that though is that there are 6 buttons, right? Mm-hmm. And 2 extra buttons. So it's supposed to be an 8-button game. Because you have a throw and a super button.
Interesting.
So that might get a little bit confusing with the pad unless you have the I guess you could use that the Hori pad that I have. that could work.
Charles thinks that thing is a total piece of shit. I don't know if you agree. He bought one. You should have heard him. He was playing Mortal Kombat, and he sounded like Tom Brady complaining about the ice clone. The pad is not functioning properly. I mean, I couldn't believe how much he said he was complaining about that thing. He usually doesn't complain about like stuff like that, so I don't know.
That's probably off of Ricky's recommendation about how good it was.
Right, I don't know. Ricky was like, this thing's pretty cool. I like it. You could turn the D-pad and all this dumb shit, and Charles is hating that thing.
Hey, said I quit MKX because of that pad.
I quit MKX because of that pad?
The pad worked. You know, that's all. I like the pad. I like that pad better than the PS4 pad. That's all I have.
That's a bold statement. I mean, I play MKX on a PS4 pad, and I have zero issues, so...
Yeah, you know, I mean, it might have just been my PS4 pad, you know? I liked it,
Could be. But anyway, you know, I can't vouch for that. I haven't tried it yet. In fact, I might borrow it from him and try it out. So,
yeah.
I don't know, but... So you're saying it's an 8-button game with 6 attack buttons and 2 extras, which is super and some other shit.
Throw.
Yeah. I think the attack buttons is a problem.
Yeah,
the 6 attack
sure.
buttons.
Because you're gonna have, and it's like you can't really split those up. I mean, maybe you could, you know, like put only 3 attack buttons on the face and 3 specials on the shoulders. But, you know, you're you know, working so hard just to get it to work.
So maybe an 8-button arcade stick might be the best way to go.
Yeah, I mean, there are people out there that are saying like they did some shit with like Joy to Key. You know, there's a program that makes it so that your
I tried
joystick...
it. I couldn't get it to work.
I mean, people are saying that I guess someone got it to work, maybe with an Xbox stick, maybe not with the PS4 stick.
That's retarded because you don't even need it for an Xbox stick. But okay.
Yeah. But they're saying that how they made it so that you can have it input 2 buttons for throw or something like that.
That's what I was gonna say. So is there a way to do 2 buttons for a throw and 2 buttons for a super like MK?
It's not programmed into the game. So you
I
have to
think
use
they'll do it.
I mean, they could, you know. But the thing is that they're trying to make the game, you know, obviously accessible. For a keyboard, and so multi-button inputs like that for a keyboard is pretty weird.
So maybe keyboards don't ever accept 2 buttons at the same time, do they?
They do. I mean, they have to in this game because you're going to be holding down back and, you know.
Oh yeah. So then why not? Let's do that. They should totally do that to let arcade stick players play.
I mean, they could, you know, you could still play, you know, just some workarounds, I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The whole idea is pretty interesting. Obviously, you know, it's something that a lot of people are looking at right now. A lot of people are interested in. And, you know, let's face it. Let's be honest, Internet. Everyone really respects Seth Killian, and everybody is gobbling his nuts. Of course, he deserves it, right? So, and he's behind it. Now, you know, that... To me, it's one thing to try something out and really like have an open mind about it because you respect the guy that, you know, is making it. And that's really what's the hype about it for me right now. But, you know, I'm going to reserve my opinion for after I play it. I'm noticing a lot of people are saying good things about it, and I don't really know if it's true. I don't know if they're just gobbling his nuts or if they actually think it's a good game and a good experience. So I'm reserving my judgment for when I play it. It's gonna be soon, and you know I'm interested in it. It looks cool. I like the idea. Free-to-play League of Legends model ideas are super good. Do you guys know anything about the way the free-to-play aspect is gonna work for the game? Any info on that at all?
I would assume they're gonna do it a lot like League of Legends. So you know, when a new fighter, champion, or whatever the fuck they want to call it comes out, new robot, you probably have to buy it, or maybe there'll be some in-game currency you can use to buy it. You can probably customize your robots, put
There's
some
nothing announced or anything?
things on his shoulder. Not yet.
I think it's way too early right now.
Yeah, I think they're doing it like Capcom did, where they're testing the netcode, making sure everything works right, and doing a better job of it.
Yeah, they really are. You know, what's funny is when the Capcom beta started, they were like, uh-oh, panic mode. Please be patient. We appreciate your patience. Patient. They kept using the word patience, right? And then when Rising Thunder's alpha came out, all I keep hearing is like, yeah, everything's going great, and it's only going to get better. Get on Rising Thunder. They keep saying that shit. It's only going to get better. the more people that play, the better it's gonna get. That's what I keep reading. So it's like, damn, these guys are just crushing Capcom. So, I don't know how far along it is. All I know is right now the buzz is good. Everyone's really happy about it. And, even if you're moderately skeptical about the idea, it's at least worth your attention, So try to get in. I tried to get in. And what's funny is, I got in contact with Seth and he hooked me up with some codes. And then right when that happened, at the same time, my attempt at getting a code like the old school way worked. So I got my codes all at the same time. So that's cool.
Are you gonna give one to Charles?
I think, yeah, Char wanted one, so we'll see. We'll see how many I got left. Maybe I'll toss a couple out there on the internet. But,
yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Fighting games are cool. I'm excited about Rising Thunder. I'm excited about getting my hands on a Xbox One stick so I can play Killer Bitch Stink. There's a lot to do. Lots of cool games as far as fighting games, so that's good.
I'll say this about the Rising Thunder, though, because I played a bunch of... No, not a bunch. You're like 7 or 8 matches online. Netcode seems really good. Like, it seems solid. Like, I didn't have a bad match.
Isn't it like the newest version of GGPO or something?
That's what I've heard, yeah.
So, I don't know if they're using... Because GGPO has always been based off of, like, rollback. But I haven't, I haven't seen anything. I haven't had a bad match yet. So far, so good. And to be honest, the game itself, like, just playing it, like, I'm playing the grappler character, right? So I was like, I don't need to know anything. I like combos, whatever. I'll figure that out on the way. And like, it's still fun, Even it's a 1-button command grab, and it's like that is the sickest thing ever. All I do. First, let me press U, and then I'm gonna press J.
I wonder if programmable sticks are allowed. I mean, they're pointless. Like, what's the point of a programmable stick?
Yeah, there's no real point of it. I mean,
unless it does the whole combo for you, automatically.
But it's like the whole point of the game, I think, was to be easy.
It's a good idea.
And so in that sense, like 1-button specials, make it cool down so that you can't spam it or anything like that.
Absolutely.
And then just like the actual hard part of the game is like the neutral game, the actual
mind games, yeah.
The mind games of it. The execution part, anyone can do it.
There's still links and stuff though.
Yeah, there's still some things in the game that are going to be like, slightly difficult, but I don't think it's going to be like, just because you can get that difficult link, I don't think that's going to be like, shifting you above another player, I think it's just going to be there.
Well, one thing that a lot of people talk about is that game high execution, or is it an easy game? And I think most of the time, even if it is an easy game, if you want it to be hard, there's plenty of hard shit in every easy game. So this is no exception. The game is going to be super easy. In fact, probably the easiest fighting game of all time from the sound of it. But I've seen myself, people like Alex Valle and, solid fighting game players are dropping combos, right? I mean, if you're dropping combos, it can't be the easiest game ever. Valle is a seasoned fighting game player. He's better than, like 80, 90 to almost 100% of the people that are just randomly trying it out, right? And if he's dropping combos, it can't be just a total babies game, So I suspect that there is quite a bit of depth there. People are saying stuff about Roman cancels, allowing you to extend combos. People are saying stuff about links. So I don't know. It sounds good to me. Sounds cool. Rising Thunder, Rise of the Robots, or whatever it's called. I'm down. I'm looking forward to trying it. Go ahead.
No, I feel like because this is gonna be like kind of the League of Legends model, in my opinion. So it's like the difficulty of a combo or anything like that's gonna be strictly based on like the character itself, And I bet you like I feel like all the characters they put out right now are like the easy mode characters, like the characters that you'll get on launch. But then it's like when they start making new characters, they're gonna give them new system mechanics and all that kind of shit, and it'll be interesting to see like how difficult those characters will be in comparison to the characters that are out now. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of room to grow here, and I think that it's good.
Yep, I totally agree with everything said. The game sounds good. I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but I'm keeping an eye on it. I think everyone else is too.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the buzz.
Right now, I think they have like a rank mode where you play like 2 out of 3 games when you play rank mode. And the one thing I think we talked about this a long time ago, but we talked about the idea of a free-to-play fighting game and what I've always wanted in one. And I think some game did this, but I want it to be 3-on-3, like kind of like CVS2 Livefire kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Except with 3 people on your team. And I think that if this game gets successful, it'll be a good model that might be able to include it. So I'm like hoping further down the line that that's something they'll be able to put in there.
When you say 3-on-3 CVS style, you mean like King of Fighters style, right? Like King of Fighters
sure.
2000 or whatever. I think that's the game that started that. I don't remember which game started it, but you pick a team and they share the life bars, and if they survive, the life bar comes back depending on how quickly you kill them and other factors. That sounds like a good idea. It really brings the League of Legends team feel to a fighting game, and it gives you the beautiful, majestic excuse of it was my team, not me. That's really, I swear that's the thing that makes League of Legends so good. You never, ever feel like you suck. Everyone thinks they're hella good at League of Legends, and you know these motherfuckers suck. You suck at everything else. How could you be good at League of Legends? There's no way, So, that's a good way to give players that whole, it wasn't me, it was my buddies. Out. So yeah, I'm down with that. That sounds cool. 3v3 mode online. I'm down with that. So yeah, we don't know when it's coming out, but we're definitely keeping an eye out. I think you should as well. Rising Thunder. I haven't even played it yet, but at least it's worth checking out. And I'm speaking for myself, So we'll see.
Yeah, you
we'll
get to play it on stick too. That's tight.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really amped up. I'm gonna try it out soon, either tonight or tomorrow during the day. We'll see what's up. Anyway,
wait, do you have an Xbox 360 stick?
Char does. He has a 8-arc
okay,
stick, and that's dual mod. So I'm gonna borrow his.
That's interesting because I tried my 8-arc stick, but like, it's I didn't try the Xbox side of it because it's PS3 PC side. So I tried the PC side.
Yeah, that's weird, right? That's really peculiar because most PS3 sticks are actually for PC as well. So it's kind of weird how they don't work. But
I think the way the game it's a certain input that it only accept Xbox. I guess I think the PS4 or the PS3 thing doesn't go through that same thing, so it gets blocked.
Yeah, it seems interesting. Yeah, interesting. I don't know, but what else? What other topics are there? Anything else? Oh, Tekken Crash.
Whoa.
Tekken Crash happened, right? So another episode of Tekken Crash. First episode was commentated, as far as the English side, by Laugh. And he was by himself. He was struggling a little bit, having some issues. For those of you who don't know, Laugh is a pretty seasoned Street Fighter player. Was really good at Third Strike. Also very, very prolific in terms of the Street Fighter 4 lifespan of that game. I don't know how he ended up there. He is Korean. That's really the only tie I could see there. But he's now the American side commentator for Tekken Crash, which is the Korean TV show about Tekken 7. Episode 2, he got a partner. It was a female commentator whom I don't know her name, but a lot of people were saying that she says wow a lot. I didn't get to... Oh, sorry, whoa a lot. That sounds kind of funny now.
Dude, it's good because it's like she has a combo that she does combo, but it's also like throw, whoa, or whoa, throw. It says oh. That's a lot of her commentary. That's actually about 80% of her commentary so far.
Put it on the soundboard.
She needs the soundboard. You have no idea. It's at first it was funny.
Damn, I wish I would have watched it now.
Dude, you got to go watch the archives. But
so let's stop joking for a sec. It sucked, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for being honest. You internet, you could count on that. We're always honest, dude. I heard it sucked. I heard it sucked worse than Laugh by himself, right?
It was so funny that he made it better than Laugh by himself.
Okay, well, sure, we like things that are funny. Sure, me too. I'm a troll too. But let's be honest for a second. Laugh by himself was a struggle, right? But we kind of had an idea of like, okay, it'll get better, But it got way worse than that, right? It became a joke where we have to say, well, at least it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty fucking bad. If you got to resort to the glass half full as at least it's funny, that's kind of rough, right? So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm bringing it up because I like Tekken Crash and I want it to be good. I also really do appreciate that they're doing an American side Twitch stream with English commentary. But I just think that really, if you don't want everyone to just go watch the Korean side anyway, even if they don't speak Korean, you got to get someone on there that at least knows the game well enough to just say generic things, because if you're just saying generic things like, oh, he won, oh, he's up or game, or very aggressive, or things like that, it's like you might as well not be saying anything. I could just fucking hear Paul going, and that's it. He's getting aggressive. It's like I could see, I'm not blind. So I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where I'm glad it's happening, but it could be done better. And on the other hand, I really think that people should speak up. People should say what they want, and also you should also watch it. I think that everyone should watch it. Even when I'm streaming and I'm not gonna watch it, I open the tab. It's really important, especially if you're a Tekken fan and you want to continue to see shit like this. Yep. Because we know there's that shitty global tournament coming up, right? That everyone's butthurt about, right?
Why is this shitty?
Because everyone's destroying their Cheetos over not being able to go to it, right? So, yeah, exactly, dude. That's why, And if you guys want to watch that tournament when it comes around, you better support these types of things. Furthermore,
maybe look at Crash commentators for it, though. That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be super sick. Fucking reverse Goro, 4 thumbs down, But also, Master Cup, there's a lot of tournaments coming up that, people who do not know about or speak or read Taiwanese, they're going to want to be able to watch it. And it would be really nice if it's provided, without Markman having to bend over backwards to make it happen, So, I don't know. Just support it, and hopefully it'll get better, And I think it will, overall. Anything else to mention about Tekken Crash or any of that bullshit?
Oh, you
Tekken Crash, JDCR's team.
Oh. You guys want to talk about that? I watched it.
I didn't see them get sent to loser bracket, but I saw them get eliminated.
Me too.
And so basically, yeah, they got eliminated on the first episode.
Yeah, JDCR's team, the same, they were wearing those same jerseys at EVO. They entered Tekken Crash, and I didn't see them going to losers either, but I did see them get eliminated. JDCR looked super pissed. He didn't even look at the camera. He was facing his back to the camera, so you couldn't see how pissed he was. Which, I don't blame him. I mean, he must be pretty pissed, And the game, it's a testament to how new the game is, as opposed to how new the game looks, right? A lot of people are saying, oh, Tekken 7 is more of the same shit. And I don't blame you, because it looks like more of the same shit. I was just like you before I really got to sit down and play it. The game itself looks just like more of the same old Tekken, but it is really different. There's a lot of differences to it. The movement, the strategy, the base strategy you have to bring to the table is different. Getting away from the wall is different. Moving around in general really changes the game. So, we saw it there. JDCR, one of the best players on the planet. Saint, pretty much the other best player on the planet. They got their butts destroyed because it's a new game. So, it happens. Tekken Crash, I'm still amped up about it. You were going to mention something before he brought up JDCR, Ricky. Do you remember what it was?
Master Cup. I think it was Master Cup. No, not Master Cup. The World Tournament. I think Markman tweeted that they're going to have North American qualifiers.
Yeah, so I heard that too. In fact, I have it up right here.
Yeah, so everyone that's saying it's going to be an Asian-only tournament, it's going to at least have 2 North Americans to get fucked up over there. So
yeah.
Jimmy J.
that'll be
Tran.
tight. Yeah, we'll send over Jimmy and Bronson, and then they'll get. No, Bronson's going to be married, so
Bronson doesn't even have a character.
Yeah,
Julia, Bardic.
So this is not going to be. I don't think it's going to be. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling they're going to probably do tournaments, right?
Yes.
Historically, that's how they've always done it. So they're probably going to do tournaments, and you don't have to be the Hardy Boys to figure out where. Dave and Buster's in round 1, they have all these fucking cabinets at these places doing a location test, right? And then now they come out with this. So we're probably going to get an East and a West regional or some shit, and it's going to qualify you into the global, something like that. So all that stuff you can look forward to. And it's chugging along. I know every time I bring up Tekken 7, it's a little bittersweet because a lot of us don't have access to it yet, but it's coming along. And on the topic of that, Harada recently mentioned that they are slowing down, or what is the terminology you used?
I think it was slowing down the release schedule stuff.
Yeah,
for
something like that.
Character release schedule. Maybe?
Yeah, it seems as though people have been complaining about how quickly Tekken 7 is changing. And, they talked a little bit about that during the panel at EVO, how, the game is changing in a new way. Historically, they used DVDs or whatever to update the game in incremental ways, but now, they're using this new way, plus the old way of, large updates. And, a lot of people complain about Mortal Kombat. being patched way too much, and a lot of people dropped off and they don't give a shit about it. Rip, you're one of them, right? You don't even give a shit about MK anymore because it got patched so much. So
I mean, they changed both my characters. I mean, if I had been lucky enough to have a character that didn't get wrecked, you know what I mean, then I'll probably still be playing it. But at this point, it's like I don't even want to pick up a new character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't like that, and it seems that people don't like it in Tekken either, so for one reason or another, they have put a stop, or at least slowed down, the updates to Tekken 7. I don't mind that at all, because, I mean, first of all, we're not really playing the game, so we don't give a fuck what goes on in that regard, but furthermore, as far as hype, I really, really don't want them to release all the characters already if the game is like a year away on console, right? I mean, at least give us something to be hype about when console is, about to be released. If they just unload all the characters 4 months after the game comes out in Japanese arcades, they're blowing their load way too early, So, I don't know. That's just my thought on it. I really think they should slow it down. Why not? What's the rush? What are you in such a hurry for? You should be rushing to release the console version, which obviously they're not doing, so yeah, slow it down. Slow it down.
Slow it down.
Obviously, they're not doing.
Well, I mean, dude, it doesn't seem like they are. E3 came and went. I guess Tokyo Game Show is in September, right? If they don't announce a console, release date by Tokyo Game Show, then they're taking their sweet fucking time, So, I don't know. We'll see. What was that face?
I just imagine Tokyo Game Show is going to come and they're going to announce Tekken 7 BR or whatever.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They're going to announce.
I didn't think about it until right now.
That's exactly what they're going to announce. So if they announce that, they're not going to announce a console release date. So, they're taking their time. The game's moving along. Everything's moving along. It's just that some games are moving along faster in terms of us being able to play them, right? I mean, I'm over here, Rising Thunder wasn't even announced like 4 weeks ago. It didn't even exist in anyone's mind except for the people making it, and now we can play it. Street Fighter V, nowhere near being released on consoles, and we already were able to get a little taste of it, and we're supposed to get beta tests coming. So, I really want, basically, I'll cut straight to the chase. I really want a beta test for Tekken 7. I want it sooner than later, and I want it like, forget the third thing. I want it sooner than later.
On PC.
PC would be good too. You know what? If you do it on PC, the infrastructure is, I assume, more prepared for a beta test than Sony's PSN or whatever. Perhaps a portion of the fuck up of the beta test for Street Fighter V was because it's on PSN. Steam, and they do beta tests all fucking day for breakfast. So I'm sure they'd be able to handle a good Tekken 7 beta test. And it would make everyone happy. It's like confirming the game's coming out on PC. Confirm. And make everyone happy. So I'd like to see it. Internet, let's make it happen. What else? What else are we talking about? Any other topics? We covered all the games except for MK.
And we covered MK.
I guess nothing going on in that world. In the Nether Realm, nothing's going on, right? Lord Brady quit Mortal Kombat and returned to Mortal Kombat like 4 or 5 times this week.
When he quits it, does he go back to Diablo every time?
That's the way it's been looking. I'm telling you, man, I'm the president of the fan club, dude. I'm like one of the only 20 people that watch him play Diablo. I'm about to play Diablo because of Lord Brady. I'm on the cusp, Lord Brady, man, I'm a big fan. So yeah, that's that. What else? Any other topics? Are we already calling people bitches?
That was pretty much it, man. The week's been kind of slow. Wednesday Night Fights coming back next week.
What the fuck is Wednesday Night Fights? I never even heard of that shit. What is that?
Tomorrow, Alex Vice said he's going to have details about it. And it's going to start next week. And next Wednesday, online tournaments, I assume, is what will continue.
Are you planning on continuing with Steve?
Probably.
As commentators?
Probably.
So no plan?
These things are usually week by week, kind of like the show. So we'll see how it goes.
What games are they gonna have? Just Street Fighter now?
There might be more.
Ooh, they're adding.
There might be some bitch stinking going on.
What? Killer
That
bitch
makes
stink,
sense.
dude! I need to get my hands on that shit. All right, killer bitch stink. Oh, I hope I like that game.
Xbox One stick.
Well, I'm working on it. Okay, I'm cooking up a loaf of bread right now, but hopefully I'm gonna get all that sorted out, and I'm gonna be able to return this fucking Real Arcade Pro because that's what I want to do. It's not that I don't like it though. In fact, I really want to do a review of that stick before I return it. Go ahead.
That Kai stick you have, does it have the touchpad on it?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't?
What do you mean touchpad? Are you talking about the touchpad that the Hori Edge does?
No,
No.
like the DS4.
Oh yeah,
PlayStation
it
4
does.
touchpad.
It has
Okay,
every
see?
button that the PlayStation 4 pad has. Everything, which is
Cool.
sick. It has the touchpad on top. It has everything. Also, it has the proprietary parts, which I think that's the reason why I want to do a review on it, because it's not Sandwell parts, but it's pretty fucking good still, which I always like to see. I don't want to see just Sandwell parts dominating the board. I think it's a solid stick, dude. It only costs like $165. That's pretty cheap, considering what it does. It has the touchpad. When I saw that it has that little touchpad on it, I thought to myself, how the fuck is it going to be only $165 and have the touchpad? It makes me think that the touchpad must not really add much in terms of cost. So
It's pretty weird too, because I got this version, which is the one before yours, and so this one's way worse.
Why?
Way worse.
In that regard, just because it
No
doesn't have any
touchpad.
touchpad. Everything's on the top here. It's like the same thing. I mean, the arcade parts just all exactly the same.
Is
So-
that silent at all?
No, it's all the same parts. Hayabusa
Interesting.
stick, Kuro buttons.
Yeah, Kuro buttons
just-
and Hayabusa stick. I mean,
It just doesn't have the touchpad thing. I think those are on the sides. And does yours have like a little foam on the bottom?
it has, in the middle.
Oh yeah. This one doesn't have shit on the bottom.
Oh, wow, you guys got wrecked. Okay, so this is the better version of that.
Hella.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Is the one you guys got, how much was that?
I
150.
want it.
Are you the same?
And also, is it for PS3 and PS4?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, overall this one's basically the same shit but better.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully I could get around to doing that. But anyway, how do we even get into that? Oh yeah, killer bitch thing. What else? Are we calling bitches? I don't think there's anything else going on. I mean, shit.
Fighting games, man.
It's
they
after
really have
Evo.
them.
That's the way
Yeah.
it is. After Evo every year, it slows down a little bit. We used to really like Wednesday night fights for that reason. Remember? I mean, after Evo, I always felt like Wednesday night fights was still what kept everything chugging along. This last Wednesday, Spooky wasn't at Next Level Battle Circuit, right? So there was no NLBC. And
Whoa.
there not being one and Wednesday being empty, first of all, you could see it in the chat. Tons of people were walking into my chat just like, boo, where is this shit? They were all butthurt, right? And I was too. And it made me think, first of all, wow, we really don't appreciate what we have until we don't have it, right? But it also made me think about how it felt when Wednesday night fights stopped happening. The real deal Wednesday night fights, the one that was offline. And I really miss it. I really think that it was a huge, important thing. And Super Arcade's in the middle of some weird ass fucking, I don't know what the hell, Eiffel
Oh, we can
Tower
talk about
situation. What's up?
We could talk how
Oh,
they
new
got a new
location.
location.
Yeah, I heard about that, but I mean, I don't really. I all I know is that the last location wasn't working out because of the landlord. And blah blah blah. We went to those 2 stupid hearings, and the mayor of Azusa kicked all our asses. And now they're trying a new location. Okay.
Yeah, but
whatever.
the interesting thing about this is that one of the people, I guess one of the old people back in like the first hearing,
Uh-huh.
the one that was like saying no,
Yeah.
no, they were the one that found the location for Super Arcade.
Huh.
So it seems like they're okay with Super Arcade being there, just
Yeah.
not at that location, So I think now it's more the city is actually like guiding Watson and Super Arcade to
That's
a
good.
location where they're like, we want you to be here, just not at that one. So here's another place. Maybe you can get it to work. And I think it sounds like Watson's more optimistic about how it's all going down now. So hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I mean, we're all rooting for him. I think that it's really frustrating for everyone, and mostly Watson. It's really tough for him, but we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to Super Arcade returning. I think that, as I mentioned, there not being a Wednesday Night Fights that's offline or an NLBC this last week really made me remember how important it was having this kind of thing. Not just for people like us who actually go in person, but people like us now who don't go in person, but we want to watch. It's not there. It's not there, and when it's not there, it really, you notice it. So bummer, but at the same time, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm looking forward to it. And also, we do have Spooky still. He was just sick, and it's kind of interesting. Every now and then when he's not there, you realize, oh, shit, this guy's pretty important. So,
I mean, we still had the tournament. It's just not streamed.
Not streamed, yeah. But I mean, you know, it's true. It's true what they've been saying for years. You might as well not have a tournament if you're not going to have a stream. You know, and it's hard to say it, but it's super true at this point. But anyway, okay. Oh yeah, go ahead. Plug your channels before we move on to bitch callings. Go ahead, Ricky.
Follow me Twitch, Twitter, RicksTZ, RickSteezy. I might stream. The fuck is that game called? Chief Thunder. One day.
Chief Thunder. Dorito bag. Killer bitch thing. Go
Dude,
ahead.
I keep getting. Every time I hear Rising Thunder, I think of Chief Thunder, and I think of like an uppercut move.
I think of Rise of the Robots. Because there's robots and the word run.
I also think of Rise of the Incarnates too, which is also not
free to play. Yeah, I guess there's correlations there.
Why 2v2? Why?
What?
Why
Dude,
2v2?
oh yeah, why 2v2?
Go ahead, Rip. Plug all your channels.
Twitter, Facebook, YouTube / Level Up Your Game. I'm gonna be streaming probably more. I actually started streaming this weird ass game, Life is Strange. That shit was pretty weird. I'm gonna finish that out. That game was fun. And then I'm gonna play. Dude, you enjoyed it. You were watching that shit for like 4 hours.
I got frustrated and I stopped watching because the main character and everyone else in it was pissing me off.
I watched it for like 4 seconds and I was like, Char, what is this? And he's like, it's some chick's game. I was like, all right,
yeah.
Whatever.
Not only is it a chick game, but it's a chick game that's like all based off of like, you know, crybaby emo, you know, cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort type of shit. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, well,
It was good. But more importantly, Rocket League. That's the game I'm really getting into right now.
I saw you playing that, and I gotta tell you, from where I'm sitting, that game looks super whack. It looks
You're wrong.
super boring. But I know, I'm probably wrong.
5
It's
billion
fun. It's
players in 3 months.
Yeah, a lot of people are
Super
playing
long.
it. I heard that everyone loves it. It just doesn't look good to me. It looks super boring. I mean, 1 trillion people play Madden NFL 2015, right? 1 trillion. But that doesn't mean it's interesting to me.
I don't think it's really 1 trillion.
Well, no, not 1 trillion. But, you know, a lot. A lot of people play that. A lot of people play FIFA. A lot of people play a lot of things, you know. But I don't know if I'm in love with the way it looks. I haven't gotten around to playing
Rocket
it.
League is tight.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
not the
have
only
you-
one. You're not the only one. Everyone
Have you
thinks so.
downloaded it at least?
Yeah, I have it. I
Okay,
have
good.
it on my
that's
PS4.
all. That's all you need.
Yeah,
Just have it, and then just like one day, like if you ever.
Damn. Mute this clown. You know, I got it. I downloaded it, and I'm gonna try it. It's just that I'm speaking just from my, you know, where I'm sitting. It looks whack. And when you're playing it too, like, you know, you have like nothing going on in terms of music. It's just you, and you're playing this game. It really looks not fun at all. And the fact that you're having so much fun is like, does this guy even know what fun means? What could be fun about this? So I know it's fun. It's kind of like Splatoon. Everyone says Splatoon is super fun.
Way better than Splatoon.
So you've played Splatoon?
No.
Okay, well then shut the fuck up. Everyone says Splatoon looks great and is super fun. That shit doesn't look fun to me. So I don't know. I'm just saying how I feel. Don't get butthurt. And I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not saying it's whack. I'm gonna try it. I'll be open-minded. It just looks whack, you know? Just seeing Rip's shit-eating grin having fun playing that game, I don't know. I don't know if I love it.
It's fucking fun.
Anyway, okay. What are our bitch callings? Anyone prepared? I'm not. I don't even know.
There's a bitch for not playing Rocket League yet.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Eris is a bitch also if
What?
he does not have us, me and Rip, alongside him for his speed run at whatever the fuck this shit's called.
Gaming
Awkward
done
Gamers
quick.
Run.
Quick.
Super gamers run games quickly. I want. Eris says he's gonna be on it the next time, or you know, sometime in the future.
I want to.
I want you to run the game. I don't want you to. Well, actually, you could probably back up like Carcinogen or whatever the hell that guy's name is. That's cool.
I don't know. All I know is that I was watching that shit earlier, and you know they have commentators, and they kind of like are really nervous, and a lot of the time
Yes.
they're just. It seems like they're really nervous, right? They're obviously not commentators. I personally would love to do that, and in my own mind, and I am sharing it obviously, but in my own mind I set a goal and I thought, you know what, I want to do that one day. I want to either run a game or I want to commentate someone running a game. Whether it's Resident Evil or something else, I don't know, but it sounds like fun. You know, I like the event, I like the idea, I think it would be fun. So, you know, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a collaboration with Carcinogen, SDA. He's a Resident Evil streamer. If you guys haven't heard of him, but yeah,
he did good on the show. I mean, man, the commentators in that thing or whoever, like whatever they're doing, like when they're just sitting on the couch with the headset on and just like making a bunch of inside jokes that aren't funny except
That's
only
the thing,
to them.
dude. And then when they get nervous, it's like I noticed that one of them will get nervous, and it's like an area spell. Everyone starts getting nervous around. I'm like, oh no, he's nervous. Now I'm nervous. Oh, everybody's nervous, and they don't know how to get out of the situation. So it becomes like, and then the guy comes in. He's always like, he has to come in with the fucking donation message. All right, and here's Joey Jojo Jr. with $50. Keep up the good work, guys. You're not awkward at all. Hype. You know, it's always like some bullshit like that. It's like, dude let's get some legitimate fucking commentators in there and make this shit dope, you know? But I don't know. It's just the thought I had. I'm going to call myself a bitch if I don't do that too. So let's go with the fucking three-way airs bitch calling. I'll take it. Double harmonica all day. So
The hype on the donation message.
Hype? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I'm down with that event. I like it. I've been watching it. You know, who gives a shit about Halo 3 speedruns though? Am I right? They really are. Like, you could put a ton of dope games in there, and you're putting these weird games.
Wait.
They just did Ocarina of Time.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
They finished it in like 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's tight. I like the games that have short runs. What were you gonna say, Rip?
Can the players hear you? Like, are you gonna make them laugh and F up their speedruns?
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean,
That
they're
would be even
getting their
funnier.
speedruns effed up already. You know, I was watching people do the speedruns, right? And they're talking, and their own talking is fucking them up, and then they have to make excuses about how they're fucking up, and that causes them to fuck up more because they're making excuses talking. So, you know, they're nervous. A lot of people are watching. You know, I was mentioning this. It's not easy, dude. It's not easy speaking in front of that many people, especially if you're such a high-level nerd, right? It's really tough. Just the idea, like, you know, all three of us commentated at EVO. I don't know about you guys, and I'm pretty seasoned when it comes to commentary, but when you sit down in front of that stage and you put that weird hat on with a microphone, you're like, whoa, 100, 200,000 people are about to hear what I have to say. You know, if you let it, it could really get to you. So I don't blame them for getting nervous. I'm just saying that it would be sick if they got some fucking home run hitters on there and, you know, made it really funny and fun. So I don't know, just a thought. Anyway,
it's always funny too when the guys that are running it are always like trying to explain like the technical difficulties of like the run is like, this is a frame perfect jump I have to do right here, frame perfect. They always say frame perfect. I'm like,
dude,
what the hell is a frame perfect? I don't
exactly.
get it.
I feel like they you know, I'm just gonna say it, they overuse the term frame perfect. What does that even mean? Frame perfect? What the fuck does that mean?
Be on the perfect frame.
That's
dude.
not even really what it means, because even if it's like a 5-frame window, you could use the term frame perfect. It has to be perfectly within this 5-frame window.
No, maybe that's frames perfect. Maybe this is just
Frames
one
perfect?
frame. Yeah, dude.
I don't even want to hear about your bullshit ideas, dude. You know, either way, check it out. It's going on right now. Good times.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch 3 times. I'll accept it. Anything else? Are we through?
I got some
Rocket
food back there. I need to
Oh
eat.
yeah, I forgot you have food. Okay, so Mortal Kombat 10 recently came out with the character
Outta here.
Trevor.